Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are watching the new episode, or you guys are involved in the new episode of 50 States of Fear, Hawaii. You guys, this is a kind of a hard one for me to do because there's really not a lot of cryptid information when it comes to Hawaii. Now, that's not saying that Hawaii isn't, full of folklore and paranormal activity. Quite the contrary. There is a ton of stuff what's going on in Hawaii. But you guys, I'm going to give you the best show I can tonight. Not going to promise that it's going to be a 3-hour show. Not going to promise it's going to be a 2-hour show. But I will tell you I'm going to provide you guys with some pretty crazy stories that I've been able to get. And yeah, so how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody, Maximum, Phyllis, Kristen, Tanya. Instead of naming each and every one of my mods, I'm gonna say, hello, mods. How you guys doing? Strange Conspiracy, what's going on? Nada, Himothy, LeBear, Lairberg, what's good? What's going on? Who am I missing in here? Let's see here. John Boy, what's up, buddy? Victoria, hello. Again, Himothy. Let's see who else is in here. Susan, what's up? How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Joyful, how's it going? Eric, what's up? Let's see here. Who am I missing? Manco, what's going on, buddy? All right, we got a bunch of people in here tonight. What's going on? 28 so far. Kelly, what's up? Hello. Settles, what's up? Central Kentucky in the house. Right on, right on. You guys don't forget to like if you haven't already done so. Share the link. Get people in here. Georgina, what's going on? How are you? Is Josie in here? Someone said, I'm sorry, Josie. There's Josie. How you doing? Oh, man. Josie, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Prayers to you, Josie, and your family. Miss, what's going on? Hello. You guys, I hope that I give you guys some great stories. But before we start the whole show, again, thank you so much for all the support you guys have showed. If you guys have had an encounter you'd like to come on the show or even just share an encounter, please shoot me an email at the Cryptid Podcast 72@gmail.com. Again, the Cryptid Podcast 72@gmail.com. And if you guys do send an email, if you could do me a favor in the subject line, just kind of title it My Encounter, and then whether it's Bigfoot, Dogman, UFO, something like that. You just kind of give me an idea of what it is, because I'm going to try to do a new filing system within my email. That way I don't get things mixed up and I can easily find them a lot easier. So just trying to stay on top of things, you guys. But yeah, I appreciate everything you guys do and say. So you guys, who is ready to hear about what's going on? What's up, critters? What's going on in Hawaii? If you guys are ready to rock and roll, hit that one. Let's see what we got going on. Right on. Jason, what's up, buddy? All right, you guys. So Hawaii isn't really known for cryptids per se like the mainland, the United States, Canada, things like that. But known cryptids and mythical creatures in Hawaii include the diminutive, industrious, uh, the Menehune, um, a shape-shifting lizard spirit known as the Mo'o, and the haunting night marchers. Now, I'm not gonna get into everything that they're talking, that they brought up because some of them just don't go kinda with the grain on what the Cryptic Podcast is about. Some stuff is more of a paranormal type stuff, so but I digress. Let's get into these. So the Menehune are small legendary people renowned for their craftsmanship and building massive structures overnight. They are small, shy, humanoid creatures from Hawaiian mythology, often described as a race of 3 foot tall, magical pygmy people living in the deep forests and valleys, though rooted in folklore as master builders and engineers. Now, in 1964, an 11-year-old boy in Waania, and again, you guys, I do apologize if I mis mispronounce some of these words or these places. This little 11-year-old boy reported seeing the Menehune in his yard, which was considered credible by local adults due to the boy's sincerity and presence of unusual footprints. Many residents, particularly on Kauai, report hearing them working at night, specifically describing as sounds of rocks chipping. This is a story that I was able to find. My fiance, who is not one to make up stories, swears that he saw a Menehune dash across our living room floor one Friday afternoon. At first, he thought it was a rat, since we've been dealing with some rats that keep coming inside through our dog door. But this thing was around a foot tall, covered in dark colored and had arms and legs. It completely freaked him out. He described it as looking like a little gremlin. We have been having random things, small stuffed animals and ceramic figurines mostly, completely vanish from our daughter's room over the past year. At one moment, the item is in its place, and then when we wake up the next morning to find it either gone or moved to a place that does not make any sense. I know she's not doing it herself because she genuinely is afraid that it's a ghost. Okay, so what do we got going on in here? Josie, good night. Good night. And again, prayers to you and your family. I hope you find peace. Wow, you guys, just in the chat alone, I'm seeing things, I'm kind of missing, so I'm kind of going back up. So, my deepest condolences to you, Sienna, Josie, and Tanya. Sorry for you guys' loss. Know they're in a better place. Know they're feeling no pain, and know that, yeah, they'll always be with you, looking down on you guys. Always remember that. And when I say I understand and know your pain, trust me, I do. I lost my mom, my dad, and my little brother all within 2 years of each other. So, um, yeah. So I know that pain, and again, my heart goes out to you guys. The Mo'o is a shape-shifting lizard or reptile spirit that often associated with water, capable of turning into a human. Oh, Victoria, sorry to hear that. Now, the Mo'o are powerful Hawaiian lizard spirits and shapeshifters, often appearing as beautiful women or giant reptiles. that guard freshwater, with numerous traditional, historical, and modern accounts dealing with encounters. They are commonly associated with or sometimes blamed for sudden mysterious deaths or disappearances in ponds, waterfalls, and in some cases, specific eerie coastal locations across the islands. And I looked for some stories, sightings about that, could not find any. Let's see here. All right. I'm gonna save one before we'll go to this one. The the Aikanaka or the Nawa, Nawa'o, I think I'm saying that right. Again, I don't know, is believed to be a mythological creature or giant. Uh, they are called the Nawa'o, I guess. Again, I'm sorry for butchering it. Uh, they're true giants reported in the most isolated reaches of the tropical rainforests in the Wahana Mountains on Oahu Island in the let's see here, on Oahu Island. They are described as being 8 to 10 feet tall, muscular, built skinny with dark brown hair and a pointed head. Okay. Sightings of them are rare due to its alleged range being uh, uninhabited and very difficult to traverse. In Hawaiian folklore, they are the descendants of the Nu'u, a mythological creature who escaped a giant flood by building a massive boat. When the flood ended, it landed on Maui Key. There are seem to be other versions of this cryptid in the indigenous Hawaiian folklore. One version is that it's a gigantic cannibalistic chief who married the moon goddess Lona around 746 AD before the modern indigenous Hawaiians arrived. The other version is that it's a race of the descendants of the traditional Hawaiian folk hero Nunu. In this version, it fled into the mountains where they still live, and others say the Menehune um, killed all of them sometime before modern day indigenous Hawaiians arrived in the 11th century from the Society Islands. Um, there is an obvious problem with the plausibility of this on how it got to Hawaii. Um, they're saying at no point was it ever close to land. They say that they're probably or were and are capable of making rafts, as we know early humans like Neanderthals were capable of, but this is slightly speculative. In the early 1960s, an unnamed Filipino American man was working on the Helimano Reservoir ditch for the Dole Food Company in a pineapple plantation in central Oahu. As he was setting up the sprinklers, he tripped over a deep, muddy footprint resembling a human, but nearly 2 feet in length. There, he showed some of the other workers and some other veteran employees who told him they've seen a giant man like figure wandering through the pineapple fields. One employee was a Hawaiian man and believed it to be the giant creature. In 1973, Rob Carlson and his friends went to a remote river in Wahawa, the Waiha Mountains to catch catfish. As they were setting up their traps, they heard a human-like scream come out of the woods. They ran away in fear down a trail. When they came to a curve, as they entered the curve, they saw an 8.5 foot tall ape man that it was walking down the trail towards them. He was naked except for a small cloth around his groin, which looked like it was made out of boar skin and poorly tied together. They then race back to where they were where originally were, but a 7-foot tall female, one of these creatures, stepped out from behind a tree. They ran into the interior rainforest and hid behind a log for a couple of hours until they headed back to their cars to safety. In 1993, an unnamed woman claimed to have seen one lying beside a gravel road between the villages of, you guys, uh, this is the name of the villages, you guys. I'm gonna put it in chat. Those are the names of the villages. I am not even gonna begin to pronounce those. It's butchering it. Now here's one of the ones I found really, really interesting. And the reason I find this one interesting is because if anybody um has paid attention in any of the chats, we have an individual hunting for sturgeon. I think that's his name in the chat. He's from Hawaii and he's actually encountered and witnessed um this next thing I'm going to talk about. And what he saw was the night marchers. These are spectral warriors believed to be marching along ancient paths, often accompanied by drums and chanting. They are feared ghostly. Uh, the night marchers are feared ghostly processions of ancient Hawaiian warriors who roam the island at night, often near sacred sites marked by torches, drumming, and the sound of conch shells. Seeing them is considered a death omen. To survive, one must hide, lie face down, or show total submission. And these are some stories that I was able to find regarding these. This one comes this person says, I've seen about 10 torches going through the Waipo Valley zigzagging trail on Hawaii Island. I've also heard drums late at night while um catching opea upon Hanomua, Maui. I don't know what that is. Not sure what I seen or heard, but wish I could definitely explain what had happened. Another story goes, a cousin and her boyfriend and a sort of friends were hanging out at a party by the Kenia Point on Oahu before they gated the area like it is now. They were boomboxing when they noticed other types of drums. Could it be another party? They thought. Nope, it was a train of torches coming down from the mountains. They quickly quieted down and turned off the lights and jumped back into their vehicles. They feigned asleep and hear the procession pass by towards the ocean. Whenever the other cousins bring it up, she starts to tear. She starts to cry and says that she will never go there past dark again. She still remembers the chanting, the drums, the crunching of sand like it happened yesterday. This story goes, I got to look up a word here, you guys. This is an interesting word. Let's see here. Do. Okay, I have no idea what this is. But anyway, so back to the story. This one says that one of my kumu, who was well versed in celestial navigation and other Hawaiian culture, told me that when he was younger, he and his friends were up on the Big Island on some kind of Boy Scout trip, and that they had spent the whole day hiking down from the mountain and across a lava field. They set up camp, and when it was getting dark, they saw the torches far off in the distance, where they had been earlier in the day. Now, he says that they figured it must be fishermen or something but they watched the lights traveling towards them on the same path that took Maikumu and his friends all day to hike. He said it took the lights about 10 minutes to travel across the same distance that it took them hours to do. At that point, they knew what it was, and they were told by a trip leader to zip themselves up in their sleeping bags and think humility and humbleness. He heard the drums, and Maikumu said he experienced an overwhelming sense of dread and a crushing pressure over his body. He said he passed out and woke up soaked in his own urine. Another story says that my parents have two rental homes that just happen to sit on a natural path into the valley. In the 90s, they had a high tenant turnover because of tenants always reporting ghosts. The most memorable story from one of the tenants, who was a single mom with a child, one night found her child backed up into a corner in the living room with his eyes wide open, scared stiff. When he said his mom entered the room, when he saw his mom enter the room, he asked, "Who are all of these people walking through our house?" They moved out within a month. Back in the late 60s, and this story goes back in the late 60s, before I was born, my mom lived on the North Shore of Oahu. She was traveling from Schofield Barracks towards Halewa or Halewa side with a couple of friends after a singing gig at the NCO club there. Using the Kukohonahua Road instead of Cam Highway, they noticed a line of lights coming down the Wahani mountain range and headed towards where the fields changed from pineapple to sugarcane. It was around then that the driver heard the drums and chanting. He pulled over and told everyone to get out of the car and lay down on the ground. He also warned them not to look up until the night marchers were gone. He said it took them he said to look at them is to forever join them. My mom remembers the air being incredibly heavy that even if she wanted to look up, she couldn't. She heard chanting and conversations. She felt several people around her, but not physically. She also said that the passenger at the time was weirdly stretched. That the passage of time was okay, so it was weirdly stretched. And you guys, there's a bunch of other stuff that I could absolutely talk about um, on this on Hawaii. 23 minutes in, that's all I have that are kind of more, cryptid or not. But I mean, if you guys want me to get into a little more stuff, it'd be more paranormal. I mean, I want an overwhelming approval before I do that. So if you guys want me to bring up some of these other paranormal stories, I can. So if you want me to, put a 1 in the chat or a 2 for absolutely no. I just read about them, Skitter. What's up, Rod? No in between. Nope. There's no in between because here's the thing. If if I stop now, then it's over. There's no more there's no anything that looks remotely would be considered a cryptid than what I have. And then it would be over. We're having a 25-minute and I want to give a little more substance to it. The lady in white, I saw that one. Yes, the Brady Bunch did. They found that little idol Greg thought it was his good luck charm. Then he got whacked with the surfboard. All right, let's find some. We're gonna do this, you guys. This is we're gonna stay in Oahu. Okay. What's the name of this? I would like to read up on it. Glenn, the name of what? We saw the lady in white on Maui. Tanya, you saw it? All right. So storytelling is a way of life in Hawaii, and some of the most fun and exciting tales to tell are those with paranormal elements. The island of Oahu in Hawaii has more than its fair share of spooky stories to tell, but these are some of the most these 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 are some of the ones that are rooted in actual hauntings. Hamilton Library at the University of Hawaii. Custodians and students alike all have claimed to have seen and heard strange things inside the Hamilton Library at the University of Hawaii. Unexplained noises and phantom footsteps are a regular occurrence, and there have been numerous reports and various apparitions appearing in the bathrooms and lurking in the aisles of the library. Now, one of the most common sightings seemed to be that of a young woman dressed in a pink colored muumuu who is seen regularly by janitorial staff in the library, in the library's Makua wing on the first floor. No one is sure who she is or why she is haunting the library. She seems to be harmless. 16th Avenue Bridge. Approximately 15 years ago, a young girl was killed on the 16th Avenue Bridge in Kaimuki by way of a hit and run accident. Local residents have claimed to still see the child haunting the bridge. She is often encountered by pedestrians on the bridge and usually asks if they can help her to get home. However, those who do agree to walk her home say by the time they reach the end of the bridge, she vanishes. It is incredibly sad to think that the bridge, or that this poor little girl is trapped on a bridge where she met her death and will never be able to go home. Lola, what's going on? How are you? The the Kipapa Gulch. It shouldn't really come to surprise that the Kipapa Gulch is one of the most haunted places in Oahu, given the fact that it was the site of a major battle in Hawaiian history. In addition, this let's see. In addition, the bridge spanning the ravine has also seen a high number of head-on collisions. It is also on the path of the night marchers, who are ancient warriors said to roam the islands at night and who are said to walk with torches from the mountains down to the ocean. All of this adds up to the perfect recipe for paranormal activity. Locals have reported seeing lights moving down the mountainside and into the gulch at night, and others say you can often hear disembodied cries from underneath the bridge. I didn't see any mermaid sightings, but I'm sure there have been. I do have an episode um, that's dedicated to mermaids in New Zealand. The local legend is that if you encounter one of the night marchers and look into its eyes, then you will too be doomed to roam the island in their ranks for all of eternity. Everybody dropping in. Hello, hello. The North Shore. Oahu's North Shore area seems to be a hotbed of activity, and there are various tales of strange sightings and sounds. There is said to be an extremely haunted house on the North Shore where a woman became so frustrated by the constant crying of her newborn that she did bad thing to the child and buried them underneath the house. Locals say that in the very early hours of the morning, the sounds of a crying baby can be heard coming from the house, but no one can ever trace the exact location. Most of the time, no living infant is even on the property. This is by no means the only spirit belonging to the North Shore. There's also said to be a drowning spirit inhabiting a pond in Waimea Falls Park. Legend has it that the spirit must sacrifice a soul every so often, and indeed, throughout history, a number of people have drowned in the pond. That might not be all of the unusual until you learn that their bodies always resurface 3 days after they drowned, the length of time that the spirit takes to perform its ritual. And Kirsten, I agree. I bet you if there is a blue haired lady in white in Hawaii, you'll probably find one in Kansas. You'll probably find one in Kentucky, Washington State, Florida. Old Wailai Drive Theater. The old drive-in theater has long been considered one of the most haunted places in Oahu. The outdoor theater closed down sometime in the 80s, but even before it closed, there were reports of paranormal activity, perhaps stemming from the fact that it was situated next door to a cemetery. Hmm. The most prominent tale that was reported with some regularity involves a faceless woman haunting the ladies' bathroom. She would occasionally appear in the mirrors, but more often, patrons of the theater would report her pounding angrily on stall doors. In addition to being without a face, many witnesses saying that she had no feet. Now I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if this was still a place to go to, then I would say, and my wife was afraid to go to the bathroom, I would just stand guard in the guy's bathroom and just be like, use the guy's bathroom. I'll stand guard. Do you have Hawaiian to join the ghost army? What do you have? Well, no, John, according to this, if you see him and if you look at him, then that's what's going to happen to you. The Keamuki house. According to reports, one night in the summer of 1942, police were called to the house where a woman was screaming hysterically that an evil spirit was going to kill her children. When the police arrived, they were unable to do anything but look on in terror and disbelief as all three of her children were thrown around, hit repeatedly, and even levitated by some unseen force. The children eventually died from their injuries, and the mother was devastated. Police were unable to offer any explanation. It is unclear if the spirit responsible still dwells in the property, but we are in no rush to find out ourselves. And I'll show you guys a picture of the house. Oh, 100% it is. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. That's the house. Can you guys see the house? Colton, what's going on? I'll tell you this right now. I say, tear it down. Tear it down. That's what I say. Tear it down. All right, let's see what we got going on here. The Oahu Community Correctional Center. All right, a prison. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, man. Anybody who's ever worked corrections in any way, shape, or form know that your institution always has some type of ghost story in it. And sometimes it's true. The site where the 950-bed Oahu Community Correction Center now stands is the same ground where the Oahu prison once stood. The old prison included the gallows where 47 men were were hanged during a period between 1909 and 1944. The former gallows have been converted into an office at the new correctional center. The squad room now sits next to the former execution chamber, and the guards have some difficulty sleeping in the room due to the unexplained disturbances. Elsewhere in the prison, some of the prisoners have reported strange noises, including hearing their cell doors opening, even though they have not been opened. The Bishop Museum. According to the local Hawaiian superstitions, nothing should ever be removed from a. Okay, here's the word. I wouldn't even know how to pronounce this, you guys. God, I'm a horrible host. Here's that word. That's a place of worship. Okay, it's a place of worship and human sacrifice. Okay, that's no. However, someone at Bishop Museum apparently did not get the memo because while designing an exhibit for the museum, he attempted to recreate one and took some lava stones from a real place of worship to use in the exhibit. The following day, the mother of one of the museum employees had a nightmare and told her son that if he went to work, there was going to be blood everywhere. Her son shrugged that off, uh, reminding his mother that he could not afford to miss work. Upon his arrival at work, he was asked to fix a problem with the roof of the museum. However, he ended up falling through the roof and landing on that exhibit, striking his head on one of the stolen lava rocks. He died instantly. It is said that the man still haunts the museum to this day. Now, that's pronounced what? Lolo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that vote of confidence, because I'm telling you, it's hard for me to pronounce certain words in here, even some of the just regular English language. So, you guys, Hawaii's known for like pineapple. That's like one of the big things. And of course, the Dole cannery, the whole Dole pineapple, all that type of stuff. Now, they have a bunch of things, I guess, in Oahu, and you have the Dole Cannery Theater. Now, what they said, is if you're not, again, now that we're familiar with what these holy places are, which leads us perfectly into another one of the most haunted places in Oahu, which is the Dole Cannery Theater. It is said that the theater was actually built right on top of one of these holy sites. The site was also the scene of a tragic school bus crash in the 80s. Armed with this information, it's not really at all that surprising. The property is haunted. Many people, both staff and visitor alike, have said that they have heard the disembodied voices of children in the bathrooms, and some have even seen apparitions of the bus driver. See you in a good night. Get some rest, kiddo. The Shamanad University, Chaminade University. Am I saying that right? This university is thought to be one of the most haunted places in Oahu, thanks to the story of one of its buildings. It is rumored that Dorm Lokiani, Lokiani at the university actually served as a child hospital during the Second World War. Students and members of the facility have reported hearing children's voices, seeing doors open and close on their own, and feeling though they might not be alone. There's a particular room, room number 208, which is notorious for paranormal activity. It is said that not only has there been at least one suicide in the room, but an exorcism has also been conducted there. And that is some. You guys want me to keep going with this kind of stuff? Because I can find more if you would like. Good night, Coco. Let's see here. Just trying to find some stuff here. Okay, let's see here. All right, so someone mentioned this one before. The Green Lady of Wahawa Wahiwana. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so bad. If you guys are truly enjoying this, thank you so much. I thank you for bearing with me. But the Green Lady of this place again, Wahiawa, is a 1957 Hawaiian urban legend about a seaweed draped reptilian spirit with green skin and webbed feet haunting the Botanical Garden Gulch. Let's see if we can find some more stuff on here. Some people believe and suggest that she is the mother of a lost child in the forest, which others connect her to um, the Mo'o Wahine female lizard deity. There have been reported sightings of her as the 1980s, and legends remains a staple in Hawaiian ghost lore. Let's see what I can find out about her. The sightings took place. Okay, so began in 1957. The sightings. They're saying that, according to a local news report at the time, a terrifying creature had been spotted by at least 6 children from an elementary school. Their descriptions were startling and consistent: seaweed-like hair, webbed duck-like feet, clawed hands, and scaly green skin. The sighting took place in the Wahanawaniwa. I suck at that. It took place in some gulch that just behind the school gym. When questioned separately, 5 of the children stood by their descriptions. The 6th student believed it might have been someone in a costume trying to scare the children, but the others were certain of what they saw. The incident caused such a stir that the local chamber of commerce organized a community search party to scour the gulch. Volunteers combed the area, found nothing resembling the creature the children had described. Soon, stories of the so-called Green Lady began to take root. Over time, her legend evolved, with multiple versions of her origins. Some say she was a mother who lost her children, cursed to wander the gulch forever in search of them. Other versions claim that she died during a devastating flood while trying to save her infant, who was torn from her arms. Since then, the story goes that she has roamed the area and still looks for her baby. But according to local legends, the legend didn't begin in 1957. Many elders remember hearing similar stories when they were children. Their parents warned them, do not go down into the gulch. Some of the older stories speak not of just one ghostly woman, but two supernatural beings. Um, the supernatural beings are shape-shifting guardian spirits, are said to reside in sacred places like Lake Wilson and Kahuna Kokoko. Every few years, they believe to descend upon Mount Kaala'a to claim a young man for a sacrifice. And like clockwork, the legends seem to echo that in real life. Every few years, the body of a young man or a young male soldier is discovered at the bottom of Lake Wilson, fully clothed, shoes on, wallet and keys still in his pockets. Strangest of all, he's always found sitting cross legged, serene, almost meditative, as though he's been waiting. But what or whom is he waiting for? Some questions are better left unanswered, they say. But the warnings remain. Do not go down to the gulch. And if you do, don't go alone. Okay, that's not a bad one. A little crazy, but let's see what we got here. There is one that says, that's not what I was looking for. The choking ghost is a prominent and often malevolent urban legend in Hawaii and other cultures representing the spirit that attacks sleeping victims. Victims typically wake up paralyzed, feeling intense pressure on their chest and a sensation of being choked, of often unable to scream or move. You guys, that sounds like night paralysis to me. Let's see what else do we got here. Let's see here. We got one that's like six. Okay, let's see here. One is called the ghostly touch. Virginia says that ever since she was a little girl growing up on the coast, she's had brushes with the unexplainable. I think started in elementary school, she says. As a little girl, I often saw or heard things. Other times, I had these strange dreams about people. It all lasted through my college years, and it still goes on. She said she works for the Department of Public Safety. Her office is located on Mahona Boulevard near a row of car dealerships, a stone's throw away from Fisherman's Wharf. One night in June of 2000, Virginia would have her own brush with the unexplained near the old AFES building. Now, if you guys don't know what the AFES building is, AFES stands for Army Air Forces Exchange System. It's kind of like a Target or something like that. Okay. Um, I'd always heard strange stories about the building, she said. Employees were saying that they had seen paper clips fly through the air on their own. They've heard strange noises when no one was around. Once, when electricians were there working, they all came running out of the building afraid. They claimed to have seen a ghost. Virginia had to stay late at work, inputting data onto her uh, computer, waiting for a ride home from her sister. I just put in a very long day, she says. Somehow I'd fallen asleep at my desk. I recall looking at the computer screen. It was 1 in the morning. Then Virginia recalls hearing someone call her name. Virginia, a woman's voice, calm and gentle, cried out. Virginia? Then a breeze filled the office, and the sweet smell of flowers followed. For a while, I didn't know where I was at. I thought I was at home, but things changed quickly. Virginia knew she wasn't at home. I started feeling weird, she said. Something made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Next came the ghostly touch, a touch Virginia will remember for the rest of her life. I felt something lifting my hair up with its hands, says Virginia. It felt like my hair was standing on end, but there was nobody around. I just can't explain it. At that point, Virginia says it was time to call it a night. I called my sister and told her, "Where the heck are you? Pick me up right now." Then I left the office and waited outside. Virginia remembers another strange incident at work. This time it was in broad daylight with a lot of people in the office. She says that she went to the photocopier, and when she returned to her desk, she found that it had been all messed up. Papers had been rearranged, the computer had been moved. I figured somebody was fooling around, playing a trick on me, playing with my stuff, until she saw the radio on her desk. It kept changing stations with no one around to turn the dial. She still manages to laugh at that. Sometimes when people first meet me and they hear my stories, they think I'm some kind of kook. But people who know me well know better than that. I believe I have been blessed with this kind of gift. That's what I'm going to keep calling it. Okay. I'm just kind of scanning this one to see what we're. Nope. What do we got here? All right, you guys. We got like. What's up, Vince? We got like 53 minutes, and this was usually. Guys, I'm sorry. This was a hard one to do, without really getting into the whole paranormal and things like that. And I've never been to Hawaii, but I'm sure that Hawaii is an absolutely beautiful place to visit with a lot of history, good and bad history. But, that shouldn't steer you guys away from if you get a chance to visit Hawaii, visit Hawaii. So, who wants to hear some music? I've got a couple of new songs that I would like to try out. If you guys want to hear, if not, then we'll go ahead and close it down and just give me about 5 or 10 minutes and I will do a night chatter. So, what would you guys like me to do? Night, Glenn. Oh, yeah, I got to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. You guys, let's do this real quick. So, you guys know I've got two amazing small businesses that I love to prop up. I love to talk about them. We've had a lot of people in the chat have ordered from them. So let's check out Ally Coffee Roasters in Cadillac, Michigan. If you guys like a great cup of ethically sourced coffee, then go to www.allycoffee.com. And at checkout, if you decide to order, which I hope you do, put in the promo code Dano, all capital letters, DANO, and you guys will receive 15% off of your purchase. You guys think about that. 15% off your purchase just by putting in 4 simple capital letters, DANO. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was not a huge coffee drinker. I kind of got burned out in coffee when I was in the military. And then when I agreed to meet, Aaron in Cadillac, because I was going to be in the area, he poured me a nice cup of coffee. And I'll tell you what, it was good. I didn't have any sugar, no creamer in it, just straight black coffee. And it was amazing. I'm telling you. So you guys check them out. Ally Coffee Roasters out of Cadillac, Michigan. www.allycoffee.com. At checkout, use the promo code DANO, DANO, and you guys will get 15% off of your order. They do have tea and they have chai there, I believe, as well. But I just want to let you guys know, if you guys in here have ordered from them and you've received their coffee and you enjoy their coffee, do me a favor. Go to Google, leave them a Google review, shoot Aaron an email, tell him how much you like the product. And if there's something you don't like about it, I'm sure he would be open to that feedback as well. So, and another one, what's up there? Unacknowledged unknown. How you doing? They got whiskey? No, they don't have whiskey. And another one that I like to promote is Rustic Supply Company, Rustic Supply Co. www.rusticsupplycompany.com. Check them out, you guys. You can also find them on Etsy. All you want to do is go to www.etsy.com and do a search for the Rustic Supply Co. And this is a picture of some of the items that they do. You guys, they do metalworking, rustic motif. If you guys like cryptid stuff, here you see on this picture, you got Sasquatch, you got Mothman, but they also do like a Western motif and a sports motif. There you got skis, hunting. You got a big old buck there. So check them out, you guys. You guys will not be disappointed. Very, very good quality items. And next month, you guys, I will be doing another giveaway, and I have some items still from the Rustic Supply Company to give away. So that's the rusticsupplycompany.com. Check them out. And you guys, if you have gotten some of their products, which I know at least 3 people has gotten their products, go and leave them a review as well and let them know what you think about their products. All right. Who wants to hear some music? Anyone? Yeah, I wish there was a lot more cryptid talk, more things to talk about, cryptid wise. So, what's up there, Keith? All right. I'm going to be doing a night chatter after this, you guys, but let's play a couple of songs. I hope you guys like them. What do you mean in Hawaii? This one's called Boot Scootin' Sasquatch. Let me know what you guys think.
Woo! Y'all better lock that cooler up tonight. Well, it's Friday night down the Miller's barn. String lights hanging, beer on ice. Pickup trucks parked long. DJ spinning that southern groove. Boots hitting boards, everybody moving. Bonfire cracking by the timberline. Moon's hanging low like a warning sign. Something big just crossed that patch. Lord have mercy, that ain't no stray cat. Red dirt flying, girls all twirling, but out in the tree line, shadows stirring. You can laugh, say it's just a myth, but them footprints say different, friend. We're boot scooting with a Sasquatch. Stomp, stomp, slide to the left real high. Hair is silhouette by the old haystack. 2-step swinging, he's swinging back. Moonlight shining on a 10-foot frame. Clapping them hands in the line dance slang. Y'all better make a little room to watch. We're boot scooting with a Sasquatch. He don't need no belt buckle shine, don't need Wranglers to look that fine. Broad as a barn and tall as sin, smells like pine and a little bit of wind. Billy said he saw him by the the creek, dipping big hands where the catfish sleep. Now he's peeping through the barn door crack, keeping rhythm with the fiddle attack. Bonfire sparks hit the midnight sky. Somebody hollers, did you see those eyes? But the band keeps playing that country groove, and Bigfoot's learning how to boot scoot move. We're boot scooting with a Sasquatch, heel toe spin and a stone clap hop. Hair swing low when he double taps, dust cloud rising when he finger snaps. Moonlight shining on a 10-foot frame. He don't talk much, but he knows that game. Y'all better make a little room to watch. We're boot scooting with a Sasquatch. At the neon sign, sounds like freedom mixed with moonshine. Sheriff rolls up, but he don't get far. Bigfoot's two-stepping beside his car. We're boot scooting with a Sasquatch. Boot heels banging like a thunder shock. From the river bottoms to the holler rocks. Hair fly high while the jukebox rocks. If you don't believe it, just check that pad size 28 where it made that scratch. Friday night legend, nobody forgot. We went boot scooting with a Sasquatch. Bonfire fades and the music stops. But them tracks still circle that parking lot.
All right, what'd you guys think of that one? That one I made earlier in the week. I like it. I think it's kind of fun, just kind of get you going a little bit. I see people in here talking about, concerts they've seen. I've seen Van Halen. I've seen Jason Aldean. I've seen Luke Bryan. I've seen Fleetwood Mac. I've seen Bon Jovi. I've seen Five Finger Death Punch. Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is probably the best concert I've ever been to because it was a small venue. It was super awesome. Saw my very first one. My dad got tickets from work. It's when I lived in Washington State, and I went to the Puyallup Fair, and me and my cousin, we saw the Monkees. Yeah. I've been to quite a few. I've been to Sounds of the Underground, which had Gwar, As I Lay Dying, Black Dahlia Murders, Terror, In Flames, and a few other ones. Cannibal Corpse, I've seen them. And then a buddy of mine played local bands or local little holes because he had a band called Coherent Liquid Form. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I got another one here. Oh, there's Aaron from Ally Coffee Roasters. Here's another one I got, you guys. This one is called Crimson Tree Line.
white halo, window pane. You didn't move, you didn't blink. Just watch me standing on the brink. Not a growl, not a threat, just a promise I won't forget. Some things don't chase, they claim, and once they do, you're not the same. My whisper, blow your feral name. Claws of velvet, teeth of night, sacred beast in lunar light. Dogman, take control, you've already marked my soul. When the tree line turns to red, I will follow where you tread. I will follow where you The door is open, but I never tried to leave.
What did you guys say of that song? So I hear you guys in there talking. It's really cool. Let's just kind of keep this rolling a little bit because I've seen I've seen Kenny Rogers, and I said in chat it's kind of sad because it was near the end, literally, like he passed away a few, maybe a year or so, maybe 2 years later. And it was just really hard to see him up there. I mean, we were happy, but I mean, the plastic surgery was so bad for him. And then he had just had hip surgery, so he wasn't really moving around much. And he actually forgot some of the lyrics to some of his songs. And I see that Steamboat's in here and he's talking about a band that I know very well, Saliva. I know personally, Cristobaldo, who was the original lead guitarist for Saliva. I went to high school with him. We graduated the same year. And they're good old boys from Memphis. They're a Memphis band. And cool thing about that is my brother Bobby, he knew the entire band. And there was a time where he was supposed to be in one of their videos, but he couldn't get out of work, and it sucked for him. He hated it. And then I see someone bring up Sebastian Bach. If I can find him, my little brother knew Sebastian Bach, and I've got pictures of him somewhere around here, him and Sebastian Bach hanging out. So, yeah. Saliva's cool, man. Saliva's such a cool band, those guys. And I didn't know them like my little brother knew them, but I knew Cristobaldo pretty well. So Saliva is a Click Click Boom. That's like their biggest song, or one of the well-known songs. Yeah, I know, that's sad. So, all right, guys, let's play one or two more songs. I know you guys want to hear this. Well, I hope you guys want to hear this one. This is one of my favorite songs to play for you guys. Who's ready to get it? Who wants to get it with this one? Ready? Y'all, let's get it going.
roots in the clay, raised where the blacktop fades away. Bayou breeze and a swamp bull ride, gators watch from the other side. Holler boys up in them hills, moonshine running through copper steels. Trap line set at the break of dawn, catfish bite until the night is gone. We don't ask for much, just leave us be. We live wild, we live free. River bottom redneck, loud and proud. Jacked up truck, pipe screaming out. Stars and stripes, flying high. Freedom burning in our eyes. From the bayou to the mountain line, we stand our ground every time. Bonfire bright, fest in the night. You don't want none, we're ready to fight. Hey! 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 Tailgates down by the muddy shore, party rolling like a thunder roar. Coolers packed and the speakers loud, whole dirt road turning into a crowd. American steel in the back window, granddaddy's shotgun by the front door. Raised on God and liberty, you cross that line, you answer me. We ain't looking for trouble, no, but we don't back down. Everybody knows river bottom redneck, loud and proud. Jacked up truck, pipes screaming out. Scars and stripes, flying high. Freedom burning in our eyes. From the hollers to the cypress trees, we bow our heads, then we say what we please. Bonfire bright, fest in the night. You don't want none, we're ready to fight. Lone shine, burn it down. Freedom, stand your ground. Bayou, mud and bud. Mountains, raise it up. Redneck, 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 redneck. River bottom redneck, born this way. Won't apologize for what we say. From the trap lines to the county line, this land is flag, this fight is mine. If you're riding with us, let it be known we protect our own, we hold our own. Bonfire blazing in the midnight sky. Live free, stand tall or die. Hey! Hey! Hey!
You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I love that one. And when I wrote this song and then I put the lyrics in the kind of style that I want, I kind of wanted to, I guess, kind of model it behind like kind of like David Allan Cole and like that older outlaw country type feel, So I love that song. Man, that makes me. And when I wrote that song, you guys, hey, what's up, No Totem? Oh, before I get going anymore on how I wrote this one, Ben YouTubing. Hey, just to let you know, man, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be doing a live, I call night chatter right after this one. And then hit that notification so I go live, and then you can come on back in. Night chatters are kind of a little more loose, so to speak. We kind of hang out, talk about random things. I read some stories, some encounters, some reports of Bigfoot, Dogman, that type of stuff. And yeah, I love this. I love that last song, you guys. Hello, everybody that's jumping in right now. Oh, thank you so much. So, you guys, with that song, I grew up primarily in Washington State, but I have a very strong foundation to Tennessee and to West Virginia. And I had some amazing memories growing up in my childhood. And see, this weekend, last weekend, he doesn't pop up on my suggestions until the songs come out. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that you're popping up there. Yeah, that would definitely be. I could play that one out. I could play that one out. Oh, you guys want to hear that one again when I get ready to close it up? Because I have one more song that I think a lot of people like. But let me finish about. So I kind of, when I was writing that song, I was putting, just jotting things down on what reminds me of my childhood. Going down to the river bottoms, having bonfires, hanging out with friends, just going out and being free, like for real, just being free. And that's kind of what it is. It's kind of a patriotic song. It's a down home, I'm proud of who I am and where I came from song. And just let people know that you want to F around, you'll definitely find out. So, well, let me play this one, and then I'll play the one I just got done playing, and we'll play that out of the show. And when it ends, I'll hit the end stream. And yeah, absolutely. David Allan Cole, Merle Haggard, George Jones. Those are names that I threw in to try to, I wanted to get that feel. I wanted to get that I don't give an F attitude, that type of stuff. So, you guys, here's another one I wrote. People kind of like it. I love it. Josh plays it. Here's one of my favorite ones.
Two good old boys in a beat-up truck. Mud on the tires, yeah, they don't give a well, you know what. Coffee in a thermos, dog in the back, heading down a ridgeline, following the track. Sun goes down and the woods come alive. That's where they heard a holler just past mile 5. Flashlights cutting through that misty dew. Out in them pines, looking for you know who. Bigfoot, they're calling your name. Through the hollers and the creeks, through the wind and the rain. From the tracks they find to the house they hear. They're chasing that legend year after year. Two brothers of the brush, friendship tried and true. Out in them sticks, looking for you know who. Bigfoot. They've heard the stories since they were kids about a hairy old giant that the locals hid. One's got a camera, the other's got a gun, but both got a dream that keeps them on the run. Campfire crackle, something snaps a limb. They grin at each other, it's him. Hearts pounding wild in that midnight blue. Out in them hills, looking for you know who. Bigfoot. You can run, but you can't hide. They'll be rolling through the backwoods side by side. From the tracks they find to the yells they hear. Been doing this dance for 20 odd years. Two souls bound by the wild they pursue. Out in them sticks, looking for you know who. Bigfoot. Maybe one day they'll catch your sign, a shadow moving down that timber line. But even if they never do, they'll keep that promise between two good old boys with a heart so true. Bigfoot, that legend's alive. Through the cold, through the dark, the forever drive. survive, cause it ain't the finding, it's the hunt they knew. The laughter, the miles of friendship too. So raise a jar to that chosen few out in the woods, looking for you know who. Bigfoot. Some say he ain't, but them two boys, they don't care none. They'll be out there till kingdom come, looking for you know who. You know who. Yeah.
What did you guys think of that one? That's, again, one of my favorite ones. Oh, we had someone who just hopped in from Hawaii. Mojo Psalms. Hey, this is the end of the show. Hawaii is a hard one to do. Really, really was. I looked and found as much as I could. You guys, just let you guys know. Pocket, what's up, man? We are going to be stopping this live stream. We're going to be heading on over to a night chatter. You guys will be able to get more involved, and we'll be reading some stories, reading some encounters, reading some reports. We'll be doing Dogman, we'll be doing Bigfoot. But you guys, a lot of people's asked for it. I'm going to play this song out, and when it's done, the outro will be playing. I just want to say thank you so much for everybody jumping in. You guys, if you're just jumping in, yes, this is the end of the 50 States of Fear Hawaii, but I will be doing a night chatter like right after this. So stay tuned. If you guys are not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit those notifications so you know when I go live. And just, probably I want to say 10:05, 10:10 around there. I'm going to be going live. So, all right, you guys, the Night Marchers of Hawaii. That's scary. I covered those guys. That's definitely scary. So, you guys, here we go. We're going to be playing this one out. A lot of people like this one. I think it might be the new favorite. So, let's play it, and I will holler at you guys in probably about 10-15 minutes. Don't leave.
Sunburned neck, boots in the clay, raised where the blacktop fades away. Bayou breeze and a swamp boat ride, gators watch from the other side. Hollow balls up in them hills, moonshine running through copper steels. Trap line set at the break of dawn, catfish bite until the night is gone. We don't ask for much, just leave us be. We live wild, we live free. River bottom redneck, loud and proud. Jacked up truck, pipe screaming out. Stars and stripes, flying high. Freedom burning in our eyes. From the bayou to the mountain line, we stand our ground every time. fight. Tailgates down by the muddy shore, party rolling like a thunder roar, coolers packed and the speakers loud, whole dirt road turning into a crowd, American steel in the back window, granddaddy's shotgun by the front door. Raised on God and liberty, you cross that line, you answer me. We ain't looking for trouble, no, but we don't back down. Everybody knows river bottom redneck, loud and proud, jacked up truck, pipes screaming out, scars and stripes flying high, freedom burning in our eyes. From the hollers to the cypress trees, we bow our heads, then we say what we please. Bonfire bright, fist in the night, you don't want none. We're ready to fight. Long shine, burn it down. Freedom, stand your ground. Bayou, mud and bud. Mountains, raise it up. Redneck, 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 redneck. River bottom redneck, born this way. Won't apologize for what we say. From the trap lines to the county line, this land is flagged, this fight is mine. If you're riding with us, let it be known we protect our own, we hold our own. Bonfire blazing in the midnight sky, live free, stand tall or die. Hey!
All right, you guys, that's the show for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. If you guys had just popped in, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications, because I will be going live again in like about 10 minutes. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love you guys show. Before we get out of here, again, I want to say thank you so much to the fans of Messiah. Give one gifted membership, Skidder, five gifted memberships, Fan Messiah, again, $2. Thank you so much. Ashes, we got one gifted. We got Larry Sharp, 6-month membership. Awesome. New member, Valkyrie. Thank you so much, you guys. I truly appreciate all of the little things you guys do for us every single time. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. I meant listen to me about the subject. Well, 79, Daniel, you are in the right spot, my brother. Check me out. We're going to be going live in about 10 minutes for Night Chatters. With that being said, you guys remember, you guys are awesome just the way you are. Never allow anyone or anything to hold power or control over you and your happiness. The world is a better place with you in it. And also remember, a legend always begins with a sighting. Take care, guys. See you next week. 50 States of Fear, Iowa edition. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
And just like that, the night begins to close in. The fire burns a little lower. The woods grow quiet again. But if you've learned anything tonight, it's that silence doesn't mean you're alone. Somewhere out there, beyond the tree line, down that forgotten road, Deep in the places maps don't like to go, something is still moving, still watching, still waiting. I want to thank each and every one of you for spending your night with me here on the Cryptid Podcast. Whether you joined us live, shared your thoughts in the chat, or you're catching this later, you're part of this journey now. And remember, these stories don't belong to fear. They belong to the witnesses, to the hunters who stopped hunting, to the hikers who never went back, to the people who looked into the dark and realized the dark looked back. If you've had an encounter with Bigfoot, Dogman, or something you can't explain, your story matters. And one day, it may be told right here on the Cryptid Podcast. Until next time, keep your eyes on the tree line, trust your instincts, and never ignore that feeling that tells you you're not alone. I'm Dano, and this is the Cryptid Podcast. Good night, everyone.